Wait,
If it
what?
is the case, because it is the case that these three beings are distinct. And so if you're taking it to be the case that God is these three beings and all three beings are distinct from one another, then it would be the case that there are three distinct beings which satisfies the condition of being God, and so there'd be three gods.
No, because when we say that
Wait, hold on.
God, what we
It's the
predicate.
recording is there, gotcha. Dubs. Okay, continue.
Yeah, when I said that, when we say that there's one God referencing the divine essence, right? This divine essence is what gives these persons a title of God. But when we say,
What do you mean by divine
obviously,
essence?
yeah, the divine essence.
What do you mean by it?
Yeah, I think the divine essence is just pure saying it has all the perfections,
Divine
like
essence, pure essence.
omniscience,
What do you define pure
omnipotence,
essence to
etc.,
be?
etc. Hmm?
What do you define pure essence to be?
Yeah, esse, pure say. When we say something is ase, we just mean it's of itself, because esse just means existence. So when we say
It is
ase,
of
it just means
itself.
from itself. It's not contingent or dependent on anything. It is eternal.
Okay, so it is the case that it is not contingent on anything you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that when you're saying that these three beings are God, you're just saying that they're not dependent on anything.
No, that's not what I'm saying. When we say
So
they're,
do you believe that Jesus is God?
yes.
Do you believe that the Father is God?
Yeah.
Is the Father and Jesus the same exact thing? Are they
It
numerically
depends what you
identical?
signify when you say thing. They're one
I
reality,
think
but
I'm
they're
just talking
distinct
about
persons.
by thing. Wait, hold on. They're one reality, but they're distinct persons. But what
Yes.
is reality? Just that which exists, right? So if they're distinct persons, and persons in this case would
No.
obviously exist because both the Father and Jesus exist, then if they're distinct persons, then they would not be one reality, clearly.
No,
Right?
because when we say when I say one reality, I'm referencing substance or essence. So they're of one substance or one essence, like their SAN is completely identical.
Substance means
Yet when we
collection of
speak of their
properties. I'm
SA
not sure if you know
odd,
that
which
word.
is the proper function of a relation, which is to refer to its correlative, a father cannot be a son. This is in this way, we said the persons are distinct. In terms of
Yeah, I'm not sure
essence,
if you
they're
use the
not
word
distinct in any
substance.
way.
The word
Hmm?
substance means collection of properties in metaphysics. If you're going to talk
No,
about essence, that's a different conversation.
we're talking
It could
about
be the case they
Aristotle.
share the same essence.
Talk about Aristotle's
We're
definition
talking
of
about
substance.
Aristotle.
Yeah, his definition of substance.
I don't use Aristotelian definitions of substance.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I'm
I'm just
using
letting you know that's what
I'm
I was
using the generally
referencing when I say
scholastic
substance.
definition. So you said it is the case that they're distinct persons, but they share one reality. And by one reality, you just mean that they're numerically identical. They're the exact same thing.
Hmm. Not
So how is it?
when we say the
Wait,
exact
wait.
same thing
It
for
would be the
referencing
exact same thing.
essence, and yes,
Okay, so you believe they share the exact same essence. It-
yes, but they're distinct via
That's
relation. Do you know what a
by,
relation
by
is?
essence. By essence, of course, know what a relation is. By essence, do you mean the necessary characteristics of something?
Yeah,
Okay, so then it is not the case they share the same essence.
it is.
No, because it is necessarily true that the Father is the Father and the Son is the Son,
Hmm.
and so it would not be the case that the Son is the Father. And so there's an essential characteristic of the Father and the Son respectively, which distinguishes one from the other. So they don't share the same essence.
No, because then when we talk about the central attribute in the essence, they're the same, but referencing each other.
I
Insofar
just
as they
pointed
reference
out
each
that
other, which is the proper like, I'll just give you this. Do you know what the distinction between SAN and SAR?
I'm not interested in your pop quiz questions, which don't respond to what I just said.
No, it helps you understand my response.
I understand all of these scholastic bullcrap on these analytical philosophy terms. It's relevant to what I'm saying.
It's not
I
analytic
just point.
philosophy. I'm just
It
getting clear
actually
for
is.
you to tell me what it is.
Using Aristotelian terminologies would be something which is
It's
related to
scholastic.
analytic philosophy. That would be something which falls under analytic philosophy.
Sure, bro.
Most scholastic philosophy actually falls under analytic philosophy, by the way. But that's fine. That's another blunder. Look, I'm saying that for it to be the case that they share the same essence, it would be the case that they're numerically identical. You said they share the same essence. That means for all the essential characteristics of the Father, the Son shares those exact same essential characteristics. You said the Son and the Father are not the same thing, right? You said that's going to be the case. Then you
Yeah.
well, they're not the same insofar as the Father is not the Son and vice versa. And you said they share the same essence. But we know
Mhm.
that it is an essential. Wait, hold on. But we know that it is an essential characteristic of the Father for the Father to be the Father, and it is also an essential characteristic for the Son to be the Son. And so, if it is the case, you agree that they are not the same insofar as the roles are concerned, but these roles are essential characteristics of both of these respective persons, then it is not the case they share the same essence.
Okay.
There you go.
So yeah. So I'll just break it down so you don't understand it. I'm gonna go take a second, but we're gonna talk about relations first. Relation has a twofold aspect: the SAN, or it's being in, because relations obviously you can't have the father of nothing or the son of nothing. We need the son of something. So these relations must subsist in a substance. In creatures, it subsists as an accident, but in God, we say it subsists substantially
What
or
do you mean by
essentially.
subsist?
What I mean by subsist,
Yep.
continued existence. That's all I mean when I say
We said
subsist.
subsist
And
means
when we
continue. Wait,
predicate,
wait, wait. Hold on. You said subsist means what?
just to continue, like when we talk about
Just to
subsist, talk about
continue
continued existence.
means
Yeah,
continue in
just sustain its
existence.
existence. Yeah,
Continue? No pun intended.
yeah. So then, when the reason why we say that they share the same what's essential attributes is because paternity and the divine essence is opposed in no way, and it's identified with the divine essence because they're not opposed. Because of divine
Yes.
simplicity, we assert
So
that
you're saying
anything not
that. So, okay,
opposed to the
sorry. Go for
divine
it.
essence, we
Mm-hmm.
it's identical to the divine essence. So that's insofar
Okay.
as it's SAN. But insofar as paternity and filiate refers to filiation, which is an SA odd, which is being towards, then being towards the sun, they are really distinct. So when we
Okay.
say
So
in the essence, they would
fair
be the
enough.
same, but towards each other, it
Mm-hmm.
would be different.
Yeah. So here's like you did not even address the contradiction, right? So let's talk about the relation of paternity. All right. You're gonna have two relado, the father and the son, obviously. So clearly, it is the case that the son cannot take over the spot of the Rolado, which is the father, because the father is what is doing the father in, and not the son. So again, the father being the father again is an essential characteristic of the father. The father cannot not be the father. There's a contradiction there. The son is not the father per your own agreement. So the son is there's a fact about the Father, which is a necessary fact, which would constitute its essence, which the Son is unable to satisfy because of the nature of what it means for the Son to be the Son. And so you made a false claim when you said, from an essential characteristics perspective, they would be numerically identical, because I pointed out one essential characteristic of the Father, which is him being the Father, which the son would not satisfy because you agree the son is not the father. They have different roles. There's
Okay,
no way you
so
can avoid this obvious contradiction, buddy.
okay, I'll just explain it in this way. So paternity is the divine essence. You understand this, right?
Pardon?
Paternity is the divine essence, and if you don't know what paternity is, I can clarify. It's just being
I don't think it's a
being
divine
father.
essence universally. I think in the Christianity perspective, it is. In the case of God,
Well, yeah,
you don't
well,
believe
obviously
him.
in reference to this conversation, when we reference the divine essence, that's identical to paternity, but it's
And by
also
divine essence, you
identical to
just mean the
filiation.
essential characteristics of God, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so divine essence, I'm going to type this out from now on in case you lie about what you're saying currently. Divine essence is just the essential
It's
characteristic.
identical to, yeah, no, you can say that essential characteristics, yeah. But
Okay,
right now I'm
cool.
saying it's identical to parental.
Wait, one more clarification, buddy, before you give your point. By essential, you're specifically talking about something being logically necessary of a given concept, right? So it is entailed from the concept, right?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So by essential, just mean. Okay, continue.
Yeah, and then we say also filiation is identical to the divine essence. So insofar as they're being in, which is SAN, they're all identical. All the persons are identical. All three persons in that sense.
That's just
But in the
restating
sense
the claim which is in question.
of SA odd, which is being towards that you say well, I don't need to explain the being towards part, but you understand that the essay and you saying that well they have one is paternity, one is filiation, and that's just referencing the divine essence, right? And when we reference the divine essence, they're all identical in that sense. So we don't say that they're distinct in essence because we say that in the essence paternity and filiation are identical. But insofar as they
Okay,
reference each other, they're distinct.
Okay, so is it the case that for two objects to share the same essence, the facts of X has to be the types of things which satisfies all the essential characteristics of Y?
You said to satisfy all the characteristics of Y.
Essential characteristics. So for them to have the same essence, right? It is the case that all the facts of X satisfies all the essential characteristics of Y and vice versa.
What, to be identical?
Excluding the accidental characteristics, obviously. Right?
Is it just Leibniz law for all that's true of X, it's true of Y if they're identical?
Yeah, but we're kind of like restricting it to this conversation in the sense where I'm specifically talking about essences and not just all specific facts, including contingent facts.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, well, I hold the
Is
Leibniz
that
law.
true? Okay, you
Yeah.
agree with it? Okay, so
Mhm.
is it the case that it is necessarily true that the Father is the Father? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is it the case that Son is the same as Father in the divine essence case, and like the Son is the Father?
You're just confused when you categorize
Yes
it
or
like
no?
that. You're
I'm sorry,
confusing
yes or no?
SAN and SAR. That's a
I'm gonna
category
re-ask the
error.
question.
It's not a yes or
I'm gonna
no
re-ask the
question.
question.
You're
There's no
just a
category error.
category error.
It either is the case that the Son is the Father, or it is not the case. So, do you believe in this? Do you
Oh, the
believe it
son
is
is
the
not
case?
the
The Son is...
father, obviously, but then you
Okay,
said in
so
the
wait,
essence,
hold on,
which is
hold
a
on, hold on, hold on,
category
hold
error.
on, hold on. Wait, hold on. Before you give your response, I'm gonna just lay out the agreements here. You agree that for X and Y to share the same essence, all the essential characteristics of X has to be the types of things which are true of all the essential characteristics of Y. There's an essential characteristic of the Father, which is the Father being the Father. You agree to this. You agree the Son is not the Father, so the Son fails to satisfy this necessary fact of being the Father, which is being the Father. And so it would not share the same essence because there's an essential characteristic of the Father which should not cross over to being the Son, which is being the Father clearly. So
You're
so the obvious
confusing
contradiction.
SAN and SAR. When we say
We're not talking about this.
yeah,
Irrelevant to the
we are
conversation. We're
referencing
talking about
S.
essences.
No. Because when we talk about
Yes,
sharing
yes,
the
yes,
same
yes, yes.
essence,
You're not tracking,
you know
buddy.
what SAN even means? SAN translates to being in. When we say being
buddy,
in, we talk
buddy,
about being in a
buddy.
substance, right?
Speaking
And
Greek is not going to help you out here, okay?
Anthony,
It's not going to help
they
out with the
are.
bullshit you just said a while ago.
Anyway, I'm not. So when we say SAN, referencing being in, talk about being in a substance, right? As insofar as they're in a substance, yes, they are identical. So yes, they have the essential attributes, which are identical
That
to divine essence. They're
presupposes
just
their
pure SA
conclusion, buddy. That's
substrate,
begging the question.
which is
That's begging the question.
no.
Yes, it is.
Insofar
Saying
as
that you're
be
identical in
quiet.
that sense
Insofar
is
as
begging the
they are
question.
pure SA,
Don't tell me to
and
be
that's what
quiet
their
when
relations
you're
are
the one
identical
rambling
to,
here.
because you don't. Well, actually, I'll just start. I'll explain divine simplicity
Stop
to help you out.
stuttering.
Anyways, so divine simplicity just states that there's no composition in God, so anything we predicate of God is
Irrelevant.
identical to God and is only virtually distinct. This
Do
is
you
what
think
I mean
yapping
when
on
I
about
say
ADS is relevant here?
divine. Wait, be quiet. Yeah, it's relevant. You'll
You're
see why.
actually retarded.
Because when we speak of anyways, so when we speak of anything we predicate of God is identical to God. There's no parts within him. He's not composite being. He's
We're
simple.
not talking about ADS,
Yeah,
retard. Oh, holy fucking shit, you're
it
actually off
help.
this.
It's gonna help
We're
you
talking
understand. So
about
that's
we're
why
talking
when I
about whether
say,
no, it doesn't. I
insofar
only
as
understand your dumb points.
paternity is identified with the divine essence,
Anyone
it is the
anyone
divine
with the
essence.
IQ of 70 is able to understand why
And
why you're
obviously,
playing this.
we're
Extremely
referencing when
retarded,
we say
okay? So
filiation
again,
is identical to the divine essence.
we're not
It is the
talking
divine
about
essence.
whether it is the
That's what
case
we're referencing.
that God lacks composition or has composition.
So,
That's irrelevant.
if we just reference
We're
the
talking
essence,
about whether it
yes,
is the
they're all
case,
pure say,
that
but
they share the same essence. You agree
they're
they
all
don't share the
PRSA,
same essence.
yes, but
So your claim is
no,
false.
they're not the same. We can just end it there if you're not gonna
You just
understand what I'm saying.
conceded. That was a beautiful concession. Yapping your way out of this and just spamming ancient Greek terms and words is not going to make you look good in the conversation. But you just agreed
I
that there's
offered
an
to
essential
explain
characteristic
it.
of the Father which is not shared by the Son, so they would not share the same essence. Concession accepted. Anything else?
It's not a good list for this, sure, bro.